All right, Shalom. Check out the stream real quick. So up. All right, there we go. Shalom. All right, Con. So set that up there for the comments. If I can get it to. All right, there we go. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. All right, so Brother Isaiah from the Pittsburgh GMS camp coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kwadash. Lord willing, this edifying. All right, Salaki. Trying to scroll the window down, but I ain't gonna worry about it. So I'm using a different device to stream, but hey, Lord willing, like I said, this is edifying. I'm just gonna go ahead and let me see here. Maybe I can hit play on this and just turn it down so I can keep up with keep it on. So all right, there we go. All right, got it. So I got a couple of precepts together, just basically going in on this topic. I had did a video on this on my new channel, but I played the clip from General Yohana, and of course he says the word Maxxine a few different times, and I don't want to mess with the algorithm or get any strikes on this channel right away again, because he's clipping channels right now. So if he gonna do it, it's gonna be for some old shit, So I'm gonna just go ahead and do another lesson on it, or we're gonna avoid that word, okay? Through the spirit. All right, let's pull out some precepts. Just the overall theme, man. And, you see the title, okay, but that title's just general, because generally, okay, they're playing matchmaker for the Maxxine, man, for Miss Maxxine, all right, telling you that you should take her on a blind date, okay, and you don't know the first thing about her, all right. So we're just gonna start out with the precepts, man. Because you shouldn't take Maxxine on a date, but ultimately, it just goes to show you the spirit that these people are in, man. They're not warning you, okay? They're not warning you. Okay. Ezekiel 3 is where we'll start. Now I got a bunch of precepts. They're not really in any particular order necessarily. Okay, especially once we start getting down to the second half of the precepts. Okay, but we'll start Ezekiel 3. Okay. And 17 says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word in my mouth and give them warning from me. Okay, and so that's what the men of the Lord are supposed to do. We're supposed to hear the word at the mouth of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, okay, and give you warning from him. All right. Let me see here. Change the chat settings on here. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah Chayal. All right. Shalom. I got a different device so I can see you over here. All right, with the comments. So let me see. Matter of fact, it looks like I might need to adjust my adjust that upwards a little bit. Salaki if it's a little crooked. All right. Anyway, back to it. Ezekiel 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word in my mouth and give them warning from me. So if you do post a precept, I'll read it off of this other one I got right here. But I ain't gonna be able to post it on the screen. All right. So that's what we're out here for, man. Okay, and you've seen a pattern with these other, leaders of these different groups. All right, they're not warning the people, okay, against what's coming. They're rather, as you see with this latest thing with General Yohana, he's telling people they should go take Maxxine on a date, man. Okay, which that's bad advice. Okay, he don't need to be matchmaking. what Apostle Gabar called Elder Apostle Gabar, he say General Dude in the butt says you should go, vaccinate. Okay. So if a man's telling you to go, if he's telling you that, his advice can't be taken. Okay. You can't take him seriously. Ezekiel 3:18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Okay. And it's an unpopular job. Okay. It's a dirty job. Okay. But somebody's got to do it. All right. And the men of Great Millstone are going to warn you, okay, because we fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua rather than the eyes of men. We're going to warn you to repent from your wicked ways so the Most High don't destroy you, because we don't want that blood on our hands, okay? All right? The grace period is running out, man, okay? The time for you to keep lollygagging and doing little bullshit is running out, man, okay? We're sensing that through the Spirit. So why ain't these other people sensing that, man, okay? This devil's coming down. Okay, and meanwhile, okay, they're telling their congregation to basically they can trust this nigga. You see? Let's see here. Let's get this. Get this precept, man. Revelation 12. Okay, and 12. Let's go to the full chapter. In case there's some more I want to read. Revelation 12:12 says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay. All right. And this devil is trying to kill you. Literally, this devil's trying to kill you. And meanwhile, these what do you want to call them? These hirelings, these hired shepherds are telling you that you should trust the wolf. Well, I see why you don't trust the wolf, but trust the wolf anyway. What type of sense does that make? You see? And back to the first precept. So that's what we're doing. We're warning you, and we're warning these, through the Spirit. We're warning these other people, man. These leaders of these congregations to repent from this wickedness, man. Ezekiel 3:8 and 19. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul. Okay, and hey, look. Through the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. Okay, we don't want to get destroyed by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay. It's one thing for something to happen to you because the Lord wants to try you and wants to make you a better person. Okay, it's another thing for bringing these things upon yourself through your wicked actions. Okay, you see. Let's get this. Let me get this one, and then let me get this one as well. Okay. So it's a lot. Yeah. I always get some extra precepts that you don't intend to get. All right. So I'll read this first. 1 Corinthians 11. Okay. So let me see. 1 Corinthians 11 and 31. For if we would judge ourselves, then we should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Most High, that we should not be condemned with the world. Okay. So what this is saying is, of course, we're going to go through certain things. Okay, because that's the walk of the hopeful elect, is to endure certain things. Okay, that they may make it into the end. Okay, so lucky for the pauses, I'll be grabbing certain precepts. So lucky. But anyway, but it says, but when we are judged, we are chastened of the Most High, that we should not be condemned with the world. So the Most High is going to punish us for the things we do, being in this truth, because we should know better. Okay, so that's how the Lord works. Let's get this other precept that came to mind. This is the main one I wanted to get right here. Okay. Jeremiah 48:10 says, "Cursed be he that doeth the work of Yahweh deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood." All right. Okay, so we're not gonna be politically correct so that we can keep our sword from blood. All right. That's not how we're gonna do it. We're gonna hit you with that double-edged sword. Okay. Because the sword cuts us too, man. You know, it makes us have to correct ourselves. We're not saying that we're perfect, but we're not holding back that sword from blood, man. Okay. Speaking of that spiritual sword, let's get back to the precept. Ezekiel 3:20. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he have done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Okay. And these pastors, man, they got a lot of blood on them, man. Because basically, man, that's what a lot of these dudes is in Yasharala, man. You know, they just pastors. They just pastors with Hebrew names. Okay. Nevertheless, Ezekiel 3:21, nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous sin not, and he doth not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also, thou hast delivered thy soul. See, so our soul is at danger, man. Being in this position, our soul is at danger if we don't warn you to not go on a date with Maxxine, to not eat the Chips Ahoy. Okay, don't take the Chips Ahoy cookie at any part of your body. Okay, and be wise in speaking in code. All right. The Chips Ahoy, you see, which is the mark of the beast. Okay. And now I'm going to the next precept, Jeremiah 6. Jeremiah 6, I'm going to start at verse 10. Jeremiah 6:10 says, "To whom shall I speak and give warning, that they may hear? Behold, their ear is uncircumcised, they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of Yahweh is unto them a reproach, they have no delight in it." Okay, and that's a lot of these people, man. Okay, a lot of these false pastors, a lot of these jakes, man. Okay, verse 11. "Therefore I am full of the fury of Yahweh, I am weary with holding in. I will pour it out upon the children abroad, and upon the assembly of the young men together. For even the husband with the wife shall be taken, the age with him that is full of days." Okay, a great destruction, man. A great destruction is coming, man. Race wars, okay. Martial law troops, okay. This is what's coming to you children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You see? Jeremiah 6:12. All right, that's a lot. Just remember that I got new neighbors. Jeremiah 6:12. "And their houses shall be turned unto others, with their fields and wives together. For I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, saith Yahweh." Okay. Shalom, let me see here. Yep. The brother Hayal, Proverbs 27:5. Okay. It says, "Open rebuke is better than secret love." That's right. That's right. "And their houses shall be turned unto others, with their fields and wives together." And can you still hear me? Even though I'm speaking a little quieter, because I be hearing them talk, so I don't want to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be wise about it. Make this, let me know if you can still hear me on the comment board. All right. That's a lot. "And their houses shall be turned unto others, with their fields and wives together. For I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, saith Yahweh." Okay. Hey, the water. "For from the least of them, even unto the greatest of them, everyone is given to covetousness. And from the prophet, even unto the priest, everyone dealeth falsely," man. And you can see, man, you can see how uncomfortable, okay, General Yohana was in that lesson, man, or whatever you want to call it, in that PSA he had. You can see the look on his face like, "Hey, man, you know, everybody should take the Maxxine." It was like it was like it was scripted, man. It was like I don't really want to do this, man, because I know this Maxxine gonna kill people, but take the Maxxine. You know, you could kind of see it on his face, man. Like, who he got to be paid off, man. They came to him and they told him, look, you better tell these niggers to take that Maxxine, all right, or you ain't gonna get your money this month, okay, whatever the case may be, man. All right. Jeremiah 6:14, they have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace. Okay. And they're good for that, man, especially Bishop Nathaniel Allah, okay, or Bishop Nate, okay, from the IUIC. All right. I mean, it just is what it is. You know, he's still an elder, okay, he's still old over me or whatever the case may be, so to speak, because he's an elder, but he's going off. Okay, he's going off by telling his congregation that there's no Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, that's bullcrap. So he's telling them peace, peace when there is no peace. Nate's whole congregation think that they're just gonna skate into the kingdom of heaven. That they're gonna go from having these big fancy weddings and marriages to jump straight on the chariot, and they ain't gonna have to see no trouble. That's not what the scripture said. Okay. Verse 15, were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore they shall fall among them that fall. At the time that I visit them, they shall be cast down, saith Yahweh. Okay, so these people are not even ashamed for the wickedness that they're doing. They're not ashamed at all. Verse 16, thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. What they said, we will not walk therein. Okay. Also, I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. You see? Therefore, hear ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. So the Most High is going to punish Jake, okay, for rejecting him, okay? To what purpose cometh there to me incense from Sheba, and the sweet cane from a far country? Your burnt offerings are not acceptable, nor your sacrifices sweet unto me, okay? So the Most High is not pleased with the sacrifices, okay? 2/3 of the house of Israel and those that continue to be rebellious, they're putting up a sacrifice like unto the one that Cain put up, okay? Because Cain's sacrifice was not accepted by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That ain't what he wanted. Therefore, thus saith the Most High, behold, I will lay stumbling blocks before this people, and the fathers and the sons together shall fall upon them. Their neighbor and his friend shall perish. Okay? And that money, man, that money is a stumbling block to these pastors, man. These 501c3 organizations, man. That money is a stumbling block because they have to continually sell out their congregations, okay, in order to get a little piece of change, okay, from the government, man, a little tax write-off, okay. Next precept, we're gonna go to Ezekiel 33. Ezekiel 33. We're gonna start at verse 1. Again, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coasts, and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet, and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet, and take not warning, if the sword come, and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Okay, so we're supposed to be watchmen. I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel, which I believe I have that coming up here at some point. I believe it's in Jeremiah. Okay, let me see. Let's see if it's this other one, Jeremiah. What's a lot? If a brother can put it up, then I'll read it. Okay, Con, let me see what you got here. All right. Yep. Yeah, Con. Micah 3:11. The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet they will lean upon the Most High and say, is not the Most High among us? None evil can come upon us, man, if that ain't them. If that ain't these leaders of these groups, man. Ain't the water our beautiful precept, you know, because that's exactly what they do, man. They preach for reward, okay? They preach, okay, the scriptures say, which I wasn't intending on getting it, but I'm gonna get it now, okay? Let's see here. Romans 16 and 17 says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. Okay. For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. You see? That's these other leaders, man, or these other groups. You see? They serving their own bellies, not Yahushua. They ain't doing it for righteousness' sake. They doing it for money. They want that money. And they'll eat your ass alive. Okay, they'll sacrifice you to get that money. You see? We go back. Ezekiel 33 and 4, actually in 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. Okay? And through the spirit of Yahweh and Yahushua, the men of Great Millstone have been delivering this warning, okay, to you people, man, to Jake, all right, so that they can repent. They don't take heed. They heard it. It ain't got nothing to do with us at that point. Okay? Verse 6, but if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hands. Matter of fact, it's right after that. Salat, it was right down. Okay, verse 7. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word of my mouth and warn them from me. You see? So that's what we're doing, all right? The Most High have set us up as a watchman for the house of Israel, okay? And if we don't warn them, then what's going to happen to us? Okay, we'll be destroyed. You see? Verse 8, when I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die. If thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Okay, so that's the mindset we're supposed to be in. Okay, of warning people. All right, we got to be more afraid of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua than of what people will say for us rebuking them. You see? Let's see. Boom. I'm gonna move to the next one because I got a few of them lined up. All right. Colossians 1 and 28. Colossians 1, and it's snowing outside, so you know, got the little sniffles or whatever. Let me make sure I got this on here right. Oh, I'm in verse 2. Chapter 2. Colossians 1 and 28 says, whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Hamashiach Yahushua. Wherefore also I labor, striving according to his working, which worketh in me mightily. Okay, but we warning people, man. That's the point, that you're being warned. Okay. Isaiah 58. We start at verse 1. Which I believe we're going to be getting into the sound of the trumpet now. Isaiah 58 and verse 1 says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Okay, and that's what we're supposed to do. All right, that's what we're sent out here to do, is show the house of Jacob their sins. Okay, Jeremiah 4. Jeremiah 4, start at verse 3. says, "For thus saith the Most High to the men of Judah and Jerusalem, break up your fallow ground and sow not among thorns." Okay, so we gotta. It's gonna explain what it means. Verse 4: Circumcise yourselves to the Most High, and take away the foreskins of your heart, ye men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like fire, and burn that none can quench it, because of the evil of your doings. Okay, so when it talks about Shalom Maki Habashim Yao Shabarakatah Taziyar, Shalom. Okay, so when it talks about, okay, removing the foreskin of your heart, breaking up your fallow ground, okay, and so on and so forth, okay, is referring to us being, for lack of a better word, being tender-hearted. You know, the scriptures speak about us having stony hearts, okay? Let's see here. Stone hearts. Which means our hearts are hard, you know, okay, in this wicked flesh. All right, our hearts are hard. Yeah, it's a lot. Stony heart. Ezekiel 36 and 20. 6, a new heart also I will give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and you shall keep my judgments and do them. Okay. So what does it mean when you're being hard-hearted? It means that you're being rebellious. Okay. It means that you're being rebellious, you're being stubborn. Okay. What did it say? And you're just being cold-hearted, you know, so to speak, because there's a scripture just that I can refer to it to give you a little more clarity. When the people came up trying to catch it, how was shine his words, and it was like, okay, can we divorce a woman for any cause? He said, uh, Moses suffered you because of the hardness of your hearts to give them a bill of a divorcement, but from the beginning it was not so. Okay, so basically they had to create a law because people were so, bitter against their wives that they was like, I can't live with her no more. So they had to make a law. Well, just do this then. You see. But the point is, we won't be stubborn no more when the Most High puts that new heart in our flesh. Okay. But right now, these different teachers, man, they got stony hearts towards Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, to teach that bullshit. You know, the fallow ground, that's the hard ground that hasn't been tilled yet. You can't plant no seeds in fallow ground because it's still rock hard. You got to break it through, and then a seed can be planted. You know, just to, so you understand. Let's continue. Okay. So Jeremiah 4:4, circumcise yourselves to the Most High, take away the foreskins of your heart, ye men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like fire, and burn that none can quench it, because the evil of your doings. Declare ye in Judah and publish in Jerusalem, and say, blow ye the trumpet in the land. Cry, gather together and say, assemble yourselves, and let us go into the defense cities. Okay? Gather yourselves together, O nation I desire, right? Let's see what the bros got here. Hayal, Ezekiel 3:7, but the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. See? Which I don't need this one no more because I don't screwed it up. Let me cut this one off. All right. All right. Behold, Ezekiel 3:8, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. God. Yep. Taziyar. Exodus 32:9, and Yahweh said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. And that's our people all day, man, stiff-necked. Okay, the scriptures say, which I believe is Proverbs 6. Let's see if I remember this one. Nah, that ain't it, Salakia. Unless I glanced over it. Proverbs 29. I'll remember eventually. Proverbs 29:1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. Okay, and that's the stiff necked Israelites, man. Okay, let's close this. Jeremiah 4, okay, and 6. Set up the standard toward Zion, retire, stay not, for I will bring evil from the north in a great destruction. All right. The lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy city shall be laid waste without an inhabitant. Who's the destroyer of the Gentiles? That's I.S.U.P.K, man. Okay. For this, gird you with sackcloth, lament and howl, for the fierce anger of the Most High is not turned back from us. And it shall come to pass at that day, saith the Most High, that the heart of the king shall perish, the heart of the princes and the priests shall be astonished, and the prophets shall wonder. Then said I, Ah, Lord power, surely thou hast greatly deceived this people in Jerusalem, saying, Ye shall have peace, whereas the sword reacheth unto the soul. And that's what a lot of these pastors are saying, man. A lot of these leaders in Israel are saying, you're going to have peace. That's bullcrap, man. Okay. It said that the remnant, it said that if the days were not shortened, there would have been no flesh spared. But for the elect's sake, he would shorten those days, you know. Verse 11. At that time shall it be said to this people and to Jerusalem, a dry wind of the high places in the wilderness toward the daughter of my people, not to fan nor to cleanse. No, that's a wind of destruction. Okay. Even a full wind from those places shall come unto me. Now also will I give sentence against them. What happens when you get sentenced? Judgment comes down. Behold, he shall come up as clouds, and his chariot shall be as a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles. Woe unto us, for we are spoiled. And of course, this is speaking of the return of I.S.U.P.K, man. Okay. O Jerusalem, wash thine heart from wickedness, that thou mayest be saved. How long shall thy vain thoughts lodge within thee? Okay. And these thoughts is vain, man, that these different leaders have, man. Okay. Let's skip down to verse 18. Jeremiah 4:18. Thy way and thy doings have procured these things unto thee. This is thy wickedness, because it is bitter, because it reacheth unto thine heart. Okay. So these things is coming upon the house of Israel because of their wickedness, man, because of our wickedness. Okay. For those that's not repenting, man. 1 Thessalonians 5:2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. See, and see, this is the angle. Oh, so like, bro, put another one. Isaiah 9:16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Con. And see, this is the angle that these different groups use. See, General Yohana uses the angle that, oh, we ain't no cowards here. Okay, we're gonna do what we gotta do. You know, like when they had that nonsense talking about oh, it's gay. It's gay to be waiting on Yahweh to return. Basically, it's gay to be waiting on to speak about Jacob's trouble. That's gay. How is that gay? Okay, you're supposed to be. First of all, when we enter into Jacob's trouble, that means that we're on the road to our kingdom being established. Okay, we ready to get the fuck up out of here. We're not the type of people that's in this prison. Okay, happy. Yeah, I got a couple extra minutes on the yard today. No, that's not how we is, man. Okay, we ready to get the fuck up out of here, man. Okay. Matthew 7:15 says, beware of false prophets which come unto you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. God. Okay, Jeremiah 4:19 says, okay, my bowels, I am pained at my very heart. My heart maketh a noise in me. I cannot hold my peace, because thou hast heard, O my soul, the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war. Okay, the alarm of war, and that's what's coming, man. That's what's coming. All right. Destruction upon destruction is cried, for the whole land is spoiled. Suddenly are my tents spoiled, and my curtains in a moment. How long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sot as children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. All right. And that's these people, man. Con. Yep. Straight garbage. Straight garbage out. All right. And I got more. I don't know if we're gonna get to all of them. Jeremiah 42. Jeremiah 42. We'll start at verse 14. All right. All right. And this is speaking during the time of Jeremiah, of course. He was warning the children of Israel to, what would happen if they went into Egypt, that they would be destroyed, but they didn't want to hear. They wanted to be rebellious. Jeremiah 42:14 says, saying, no, but we will go into the land of Egypt, where we shall see no war, nor hear the sound of the trumpet, nor have hunger of bread, and there will we dwell. And see, and this is the thing about it. Okay. This was spoken of in the book of Isaiah too. Okay. And this is all, the aspect I'm going in is in a spiritual, more parabolic aspect, because they're doing the same thing today by trusting in Egypt, man. Okay. God. Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. God. Isaiah 30:1 says, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. You see? God. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. You see? So it ain't nothing new under the sun. Jake has done this before. They're doing it again today, man. And Jake really think they're gonna be sustained. They trust in this shadow of Egypt. Jeremiah 42:14. I ain't gonna read the whole thing, but it says, yeah, saying no, I read the whole thing. We will go into the land of Egypt, where we shall see no war, nor hear the sound of the trumpet, nor have hunger of bread, and there will we dwell. Okay. And I think I know this one by heart. We'll go to Amos. I believe it's Amos 9. Amos 9 and 10. Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Okay? You're going to die by the sword. Okay? If you think that you're just going to get away, Jeremiah 42 and 15. Okay? Let's see. Yeah. And now therefore heed the word of Yahweh, ye remnant of Judah. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel. If ye wholly set your faces to enter into Egypt, and go to sojourn there, then it shall come to pass that the sword which ye feared shall overtake you there in the land of Egypt. Okay, and the famine whereof ye were afraid shall follow close after you there in Egypt, and there ye shall die. So shall it be with all the men that set their faces to go into Egypt to sojourn there. They shall die by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence, and none of them shall remain or escape from the evil that I will bring upon them. Okay, so if you trust in Egypt, that's what you got coming, man. Yep. Isaiah 30:11. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. That's what 2/3 of the house of Israel say. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking coming suddenly at an instant. And I always like to give the analogy of like it says it right there, a swelling out in a high wall. Okay. So if you had something that was holding back a great force of water, and it was swelling forward, you know, eventually the pressure is going to build up and it's going to break and the flood is going to get let loose, man. Okay. And that's what's coming to all those that trust in this oppression. They're building up that destruction for themselves. They're adding sin unto sin and they're not repenting. And so all that sin is gonna fall upon their own heads, man. You see? Suddenly at an instant, right? Like a thief in the night, man. I got a few more. Ezekiel 7. Ezekiel 7, starting at verse 12. It said, the time has come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Okay? For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. Okay? So there was a lot of stuff being said right there, but basically it's letting you know not to put your trust in these different things, okay, and what your merchandise, and there's a precept, okay, that him that I it's a lot. I think it's in the Apocrypha. Yeah, Second Ezra 16. Okay, and we're gonna start at Second Ezra 16:40 says, "Hear, O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." See, this is what you should be being warned about: the evils that's coming, the battle. He that selleth, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. Okay. He that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. Okay, so it's giving you a mindset. It's giving you a mindset. Okay, if you have these different things, if you sell something, so what? You got a dip. Okay, don't worry about it. If you buy something, well, let's say you buy a big screen TV or whatever the case may be, whatever it is. It can be a bunch of food. Let's say you buy a bunch of food and shit hit the fan and you ain't nowhere near your house. Well, fuck that. You can't make it back to the crib. All martial laws on the streets, all the streets is blocked off. Okay, and they actively seeking and shooting on sight for the believers. Nigga, fuck that food. You gonna have to go to the woods or wherever the Lord sends you, wherever the Lord guides you to go. You see? So that's what the mindset's going of. He that buyeth as one that will lose. You ain't gonna be all this shit you got in your crib. Fuck that shit. You ain't gonna get to keep it. He that occupied merchandise as he that hath no profit by it. You could even be a person that sells stuff. Okay. I sell certain things. So there are certain things that I have. If I ain't get to sell it, and when the shit hit the fan, oh well, that shit gonna get left, you know. And he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. You can build a new house, but eventually they're gonna be searching people's houses with the sword. You ain't gonna get to stay in that house too long. He that sows as if he should not reap, also he that planteth the vineyard is he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. Okay, and therefore they that labor in vain. Okay, so if you're laboring to build something on this side, you're laboring in vain. Okay, and a lot of these pastors, okay, which I'm gonna call them pastors, even though they know that they're Israelites, because they're acting like Christian pastors. Okay, and these people, okay, they're still trying to build something on this side. They're still concerned with their monetarily gain on this side, man, to the point that they'll forsake their congregation just to keep some shit rolling on this side. You see? All right. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sins, saith the Most High. And it's basically you're robbing people, man. When you're lying to people and they keep giving you money in these different congregations, you're robbing them. You're robbing them blind because you're not telling them the truth, man. You're not giving them an opportunity to decide, okay, if they want to stay there, which really is up to the Most High. But at least if you told a person the truth, they get an opportunity to say, well, I don't like that. You see? Or no, the scriptures say this. You see? So anyway, going back, Ezekiel 7 and 14, they have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none goeth up to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Okay? So we blowing the trumpet, but ain't nobody listening. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. Okay, now I believe this is speaking about like 70 AD in particular, okay, because they were starving people out inside of the city. Okay, they cut off their routes to receive certain things, their trade routes and stuff, so people was getting choked out, and they end up going to cannibalism, you see. Verse 16, okay, but this is coming back in a major way in many aspects. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valley, all of them mourning, and every one for his iniquity. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them. Horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. Why? Because what they say, your hair fall out when you get stressed. You see? They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahweh. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fear their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. You see? So this money that these different people is trying to hold on to so tight and lie to their congregation about, they ain't gonna be able to save them. Okay, in the day of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, they're gonna throw that shit in the street. You're gonna cast it down. It's gonna be too heavy of a burden for them. Okay, because it's not gonna have any value. It's not gonna save you. Okay, still got a few more precepts. Then I wrap it up. All right. Ezekiel already did that. Joel 2. Okay. Joel 2. Joel 2 and 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Most High is cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Okay. Of the day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Okay, which of course is talking about when the missiles come. Okay, so I'm gonna skip down to what I got. Verse 15 says, blow the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly. Gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children, and those that suck the breasts. Let the bridegroom go forth of his chamber, and the bride out of her closet. Okay, so get ready. Okay, for the wedding feast of the Lamb. Okay, you wise virgins, get ready for the return of Yahweh Shai. Okay, because he's coming. Let the priests, the ministers of the Most High, weep between the porch and the altar, and let them say, spare thy people, O Yahweh, and give not thine heritage to reproach, that the heathen shall rule over them. Wherefore should they say among the people, where is their power? Then will Yahweh, the Most High, be jealous for his land and pity his people. Okay. Yea, the Most High will answer and say unto his people, behold, I will send you corn and wine. Okay, and oil, and ye shall be satisfied therewith. I will I will no more make you a reproach among the heathen. I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he have done great things. Okay, the Most High is gonna, because this is the land of the north. Okay, in Russia, okay, is gonna be angry with this whore, particularly, which is referred to as Gog and Magog in the scriptures. Okay, and Russia's going to spearhead the charge against this place, man. You see? All right. Let me skip down. Joel 2 and 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. Also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned to darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of Yahweh cometh. And it shall come to pass that whosoever call on the name of the Most High shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call. Okay. And so just said all that to say, these are the times that's coming, man. And it started off in verse 15 saying, blow the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly. Okay, and meanwhile, these other people, these other, group leaders, they're on that bull crap, man. They're just telling you to just take the Maxxine. Just take it. Don't worry about it. I see why you don't want to take it, but take it anyway. Yeah, all right. Yeah, and these are the people. This is your king. you know, Amos 3. All right, Amos 3 in verse 6 says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh have not done it? Okay, so you're supposed to be afraid because the trumpet's being blown in the city. But, let's get this. First Corinthians. No matter of fact, I'm going to get Zephaniah first. Then we're going to end on First Corinthians. Zephaniah 1. So Zephaniah 1. Go to it. And 16 says, Zephaniah 1 and 14, the day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Most High. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarmed against the fenced cities and against the high towers. Okay. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Most High, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Okay. Neither shall their silver nor their gold be, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Most High's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. Okay. Of course, we know once again this is talking about the end times, all right, when the missiles hit, okay? But rather than speak about how close we are to this moment, okay, these people rather tell you take the Maxxine. Take the Maxxine. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to end it off with this one, okay? First Corinthians 14, all right? And we're going to go to just going to speak at 18. It says, for 1 Corinthians 14 and 8, for if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? 1 Corinthians 14 and 8. Okay. So, we got to give out the right sound. And right now, the sound is one of, okay, the end. Okay, not taking the Maxxine. All right, trusting in Yahweh to sustain us. Okay, because this Maxxine is going to be used to lock a lot of people that are doing certain things. Okay, you're not going to be able to go to a store. Not going to be able to go do certain things unless you're vaccinated. Okay, and these times is coming. Like I said, we're gonna have to trust Yahweh that He may sustain us. All right, to keep us during these times. Um, so that's pretty much all the precepts I had. And Lord willing, it was edifying. I ain't gonna drag it on too much longer. I'm gonna just go ahead and end it there. But I'm gonna give honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kodash. Okay, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. The water for tuning in, okay, and sticking around. And Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Athnam to the sincere viewers. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.